monitoring stations online?
Just over 10 minutes to forward rotation start. Go call, sir.
ಏನು ಬೇಕು?
Radha, are you familiar with Einstein's theory? It's about time.
You know, it's all relative.
Commencing forward rotation in 3, 2, 1. Initiated.
Rotation is good. We are 15 minutes from eclipse.
Thank you. It was an honor to have you.
Sir, this is huge. Congratulations.
Approval is one thing, but they haven't released any funds yet. I don't know why he's in such a hurry.
Hey, Radha. Mars is 200 million kilometers away.
You're not reaching there today.
Good point, Kiran. But I'm already closer to it than you are.
Yeah.
So that's a window of opportunity. That's the date, and the distance to be covered is 54.6 million kilometers, a lot closer than your 200 million kilometers, Kiran. It's this placement of Mars and Earth that will enable us to make the journey with the minimal use of energy. But if you miss the rendezvous date, our next chance will be after 2 years.
But to reach Mars in September 2014, we must launch by October next year. That gives us...
I know.
Chief, and the funds have not yet been released.
I know.
So with all due respect to you, to design, fabricate, and test a craft all within 20 months, just not feasible.
I know. I know of every possible hurdle that lies in our way. The cards are against us. We are short on time, short on funds. We are not short on critics. But I think we serve a higher purpose. It is our duty to push the boundaries of what is possible. This will be the longest walk we'll make to show the world what we are capable of, and to show our people, more importantly, what our country is capable of. This seems like an insurmountable task, but we are not alone. There are hundreds of minds collaborating with us, millions of people praying and cheering for us. We should not allow the limitations of our minds to come in the way now. I know this will be difficult, but that is not the same as impossible. How many of you are willing to believe that this is possible?
Seconds until the craft is in eclipse.
Prepare to make the switch from solar power. Battery check.
Lithium ion is on standby, sir. Charge is 100%.
Ready and initiate.
Batteries up and running, sir. All parameters optimal.
And we are in eclipse. Closing in on Mars orbit insertion. 5 minutes to burn start.
இது முடியாது chief. This is ridiculous. My team is working so hard round the clock to meet the deadline, but without a launch vehicle. What is the point?
Nah, the city. But I have to take their concerns seriously also. The last 2 GSLV launches have failed. Ilaya. Yes, hello. Do you want me to put your satellite on an unproven rocket?
Way too much Iron Man. Macha, you forgotten 10th standard physics, so.
Hey, no, even Nana. So now you're going to solve the problem of Earth's gravity, yeah?
Earth's gravity is not the problem. I'm telling you, it's the solution.
Yeah, right.
So, we all know that the GSLV rocket has had its share of problems in the recent past, and so it won't be a viable launch vehicle for our mission. And we also know that the PSLV can get us into orbit, but it's not strong enough to break free of Earth's gravity. So then how? How do we achieve escape velocity? How do we achieve escape velocity? With a little help from Mother Earth. We launch our craft on the PSLV, which gets it into orbit. And then, using the onboard thrusters, we gradually increase momentum until we reach a velocity of 11.2 kilometers per second and whoosh!
Thank you, Srikanth. Theoretically, the technique should work. It worked for us with Chandrayaan, but Mars is 200 times farther than the moon. We should be able to achieve the required velocity with this method. But of course, this poses additional design challenges. We may have to modify the onboard thrusters because of the extra weight due to the extra fuel required. What, another eye? Problem?
No, chief. No problem. Looks like my staff will have to spend their nights in the office.
Check burn rate, please.
Burn rate is good. 60 seconds to occult.
All right, everyone. This is it. We're now on final approach. Systems check, please.
CRS standing by.
IPOC standing by.
RFOC, standing by.
WGR standing by.
FTT, standing by.
DTN, standing by.
We are moving into occult in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. "25 minutes to signal reacquisition."
So the craft weighs in at 1,337 kgs with all payloads integrated. Currently, we are in the final stages of testing. Once that is completed, it will be transported via road to Sriharikota to maintain our scheduled launch date of 28th October. The ignition and satellite separation will take place over the Pacific Ocean. And for that purpose, 3 weeks ago, we dispatched 2 communication ships, SCI Nalanda and SCI Yamuna, equipped with custom-built, locally developed tracking terminals to continuously relay data back to mission control.
Operation Center, Anirudh speaking.
Stormy weather has delayed the arrival of SCI Nalanda, one of the telemetry ships assigned to track ISRO's soon-to-be-launched Mars orbiter. In a press briefing last month, while outlining the mission, ISRO scientists had emphasized that in order to rendezvous with Mars, it was crucial to launch within a very small window of time. What this delay means for the mission is yet to be seen, as calls to ISRO are going unanswered as of now.
The journey to Mars will be a long one, just over 300 days, at the end of which the most crucial phase begins, Mars orbit insertion. After 9 months traveling at 22.1 kilometers per second, the craft now has to decelerate to 4 kilometers per second and realign itself. That's not as straightforward as it might seem. This maneuver has to be performed when the craft is behind Mars, out of our line of sight. This means we have no communications, no controls, nothing. We estimate approximately 25 minutes until signal reacquisition. It is during this window that the craft will autonomously adjust its trajectory in order to be caught by Mars's gravitational field. But since the entire maneuver has to be performed in the dark, we will only know if the mission is successful when it reappears on the other side.
I think we have a new launch date.
2, 1.
Final exam, Radha.
Hey,
He's here.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, please. Please. This way.
Cable. I've been thinking. If he lowers the interest rates, that will encourage more people to take loans. And it will increase investments in all sectors. I think I should go tell him. You're right. Probably later.
Status reports.
Nothing yet, sir.
Double check monitoring stations, please.
Goldstone, Canberra. This is Mission Control Bengaluru. Status update, please.
Bengaluru, that is negative. Canberra does not have eyes from your Bermudian. I repeat, no contact. Over.
Goldstone here, Bengaluru. Negative contact. Keeping our eyes peeled. Over.
Do you think something went wrong? It's taking too long. Something's definitely gone wrong.
Nothing is wrong. This just takes time.
Nandini ma'am said 25 minutes.
She said approximately 25 minutes. Goldstone, this is Bengaluru. Do you read me? Over.
Loud and clear, Bangalore. No sound of your bird yet. Over.
Do you think we ran out of fuel?
I just don't understand why we are arguing here. If the maneuver has failed, that means there's just not enough speed to break free. Sir, we have to try a burn one more time. Otherwise, the craft will keep orbiting around the Earth. And then?
I understand. But at the same time, we have budgeted the fuel supply very carefully. Firing the thrusters even one extra time could mean that we would not be left with enough fuel for any additional corrections.
Nandini,
Yes, sir. If we don't act quickly, then the mission is a failure already. Where is the choice? Sir, after all this, we can't just lie down and accept defeat, no? We must use every tool we have at our disposal. Sir, if we fire the thrusters one more time at 5 a.m. tomorrow, we will get the additional momentum with the least amount of fuel.
and you're confident there'll be enough fuel left for additional course corrections and Mars orbit insertion.
I promise you, sir. There will be enough fuel.